Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing an opening, and yes, as you can see, I've been collecting a bunch of seal stuff. There's a bunch of ETBs, Pokemon Center ETBs. We got a Dragon Ball one. We even got the tints. We got I already mentioned it, right? Dragon Ball. So yeah, today though we're doing a Final Fantasy. I am sorry for the delays. I honestly haven't been opening too much seal product just in general. To be honest, I've been kind of building up my single collection for Pokemon for the last year, not just. Thankfully, I didn't just start now because some of the prices of some of the stuff I have it's absolutely insane. So it's not that, thankfully. So thankfully, in the last couple months, I've been slowing down, but just finishing up that collection. So I haven't been really spending a lot on sealed. I apologize for that. Hopefully, as I conclude this collection, I can hopefully go back and sprinkle some videos, right? I do miss opening. I do miss ripping. And honestly, the main reason why I even came back for this one, I might actually also open. I do have a legacy collection. I might try to find. I did open one on video, but I don't remember if I still have it. It is pretty old. So if you guys are interested in that and you want to check it out, hey, let me know and I'll happily drop it. But the main reason why I'm dropping this video is because, yes, as you can, I don't know if you can see it from here, but it is 18 packs. This is something I actually talked about in one of my previous videos. How would you guys feel if they cut down on the bulk, right? Because one of the issues with 36 packs was you get so many cards that unless you're a player who wants to play every single deck, which realistically speaking, let's face it, that's a very little percent of the population of the game, you're kind of going to get screwed, right? You're going to get a bunch of cards that you don't really want. So I think it's cool. I am very, very interested as to why they did 18 instead of 24. I think 24 is the more standard. Yu-Gi-Oh does it. Most Bandai games do it. And it's kind of that sweet spot where you can usually guarantee 2 hits per box, right? I am very curious to see how many guarantees we have on this one, because I don't think they're going to be as generous. Usually, that's the thing, right? The less packs, the less chance of you getting more hits. So they usually adjust the probability. They're not going to leave 3 full arts per box, right? Or 3 full arts per box. That's just insane. Or maybe they'll do, usually what sometimes Wise does, Wise is a 16-pack box. What they do is some boxes have 1 triple rare or 1 big hit, and some boxes actually have multiple, so have 2, right? Up to 2. So maybe that's what they do. Some boxes will have 2 full arts, and some boxes, hey, first legend, let's go. We got Bart's from 5, nice. I haven't played 5. So maybe that's what they'll do. Honestly, that's the main reason why I'm recording this. I am kind of curious to see how they'll approach it. And I kind of want to ask how you guys feel about it, because that's definitely a big change. But I do have to say, I definitely think this is going to be much more accessible for the game in general. Just because, again, right now, the economic situation isn't the best. So lowering your prices, even if it is artificially, obviously, you're still technically paying the same thing. You're just paying you're paying half, right? But you're getting half the content. But it is a little cheaper, right? You can hopefully onboard more people that way, instead of saying, hey, the box MSRP is going to be like 120 or some insane stuff. You can say, hey, you can get the boxes for 60 bucks. I think they're going for like 60 bucks right now. You can get it for 60 bucks. It is much easier to absorb that, right? To say, okay, I'll try it out, instead of 120. It is a much higher entry barrier, right? So hopefully this helps with collectors, especially with, if you guys are familiar with Magic the Gathering, they just had their most, I'm pretty sure they went on record and said this, they just had their most successful, I'll try to keep in mind the angle of the cards, I apologize if it was crappy, but they just had the most successful set so far, and guess what that set was? Final Fantasy. So hopefully that trickles down somewhat. Some people are interested in some Final Fantasy cards. They say, hey, what is this? And they'll maybe look some of them up on eBay or something, right? And maybe some of these games will pop up and they'll be interested. And hopefully, point being, it will attract some attention. I am definitely curious as to why Square Enix allowed it, considering they have their own card game. But again, considering it's probably just going to be a one-off set, then hopefully it's just used as a spotlight, right? Hey, we also have Final Fantasy cards over here. We have a whole ass game. So hopefully that brings some people over, right? I think that's kind of the intention. But I definitely am kind of curious to see how you guys feel about it. But we'll see, I guess, how it's reflected on sales. Let me know if you guys obviously play, how it's reflected on locals. Do you have more people in your locals? Do you have more people showing up, showing interest? Just all those good questions. If you're a store owner, you know someone, or you go to an LGS a lot, what do you see, right? Let me know those trends. But TCE player, I definitely see more sales just because I think in general, again, this is much more affordable and it is a lot easier to absorb that. But speaking of Final Fantasy VII, because obviously this is based on Final Fantasy VII, as we can see, we have Vincent. I actually played recently Crisis Core. Man, that game was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I didn't just play it, actually. I ended up going for the platinum. So that means I ended up beating Minerva. I ended up doing all that good stuff. And man, that was an experience. At first, I was so frustrated. But then I found this technique online that was like air dodge or something like that. And then like lucky punch. And dude, it went from a grind to a grind, but a very easy grind. You essentially just had to time your stuff. But honestly, a lot of fun. I really like the game. I really hope that going forward, more games are like that. I think the newer ones are more open world, but I don't know. I had a really fun time with it. I know that it's a remake, so maybe that doesn't count, and maybe some people want to go forward. But I don't know. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer that kind of game design? That more linear, but still somewhat open. You can still explore the city, have some side quests and stuff, but it's not fully open world. You know what I mean? Like there are very clear limits in the city, in the fountain, all that good stuff. Versus an open world game, usually you expect to be able to explore most of the city, right? So, just those differences. We have not pulled a single full art. This is not looking good. I think this is gonna be a one box. Oof. So I think they probably did make that change. So it's either gonna be a 1 per box guarantee, or it's gonna be a 1 or 2 per box. So I don't know how I feel about that. I definitely like that you could get 2. I think in one of my last ones I got 3 actually, which was insane. I had never gotten 3 before. But I don't know how to feel about that. I definitely don't appreciate that. Obviously, that just means, I mean, essentially it's the same thing, right? You just have to buy double the boxes. It's essentially the same price, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. I had a really fun time opening, every time expecting at least 2 full arts, right? But again, I think it's just a matter of preference. So there's pros and cons, right? Obviously, for a collector, I think it might be slightly worse. But for players and for new people, I definitely think this is a much better approach. Maybe 18 is too little. I definitely think 24 should have been the goal. But I definitely am curious to see how you guys feel about it. Just in general, how obviously players feel about it. Obviously, I'm guessing you guys are going to be the most important. Full art, I see it. Please don't be a common. That's all I ask. All I ask and all I get, it's a common. God damn it. Well, hopefully we can get another one. Still, to be honest, I will say this. For it being a common, obviously that absolutely sucks. But for it being a common, this is actually pretty sick. I actually really like this. Look at that. World of Final Fantasy. Wow, really on the nose there. But I actually like it. I don't have a sleeve, unfortunately. But fortunately, though, Final Fantasy cards are made of some pretty good quality. I'm not going to lie. Unlike Pokemon cards, where if you don't sleeve them, you're absolutely cooked for a PSA 10. Final Fantasy cards are pretty durable from what I found. But hopefully we'll see another one. I guess we'll test my theory. Maybe we can get... Obviously, we can't even confirm it because it could just be that I only got 1. But let me know if you guys open any boxes or if you guys seen any other videos, of course. Let me know that process. Let me know if it is how it works, right? You can either get 1 or 2. And of course, as always, let me know how you feel about it. But yeah, no, I definitely really enjoyed Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Again, I did play 7 a while ago, and then I did play 8. I played Strangers of Paradise, which was, I think, a spin-off. And I think 7 has... Dude, 7, they really... Oh, shit, we actually got a foil legendary. Hey, let's go. I'll take it. Somewhat makes up for... Well, I don't know if it fully makes up for it, but it somewhat makes up for that common foil. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's a good one. Maybe it's a... Obviously, usually when you're talking about full arts, all that matters is collectability, the character, the whatever, right? It doesn't really matter much because a lot of times some rares are worth a while, but obviously you're usually trying to go for higher rarity ones, right? But hey, I was trying to hope... Well, no, I was going to say a full art Vincent. I'm guessing he's going to have the signature for the other one. Speaking of, there you go. I actually hadn't seen it. What the hell? That's crazy. Elena, nice. It's actually a pretty cool foil. I like it. I'll put it right here. I'm trying to separate the rarities. Trust me, if you sell in TCE player anything, you'll save yourself. Oh my god, I think it was like 2 cases of this Digimon set, and I didn't. And Jesus Christ, to find the orders, dude, it is such a pain in the ass. Trust me, if you can, just try to separate them. And it'll make your life way easier. But hey, at least it'll make it faster. I mean, 36 packs, to be honest, it was kind of a grind. You did kind of have to commit to opening that box. It was going to take a while. But 18 packs, that's something I can do. Like, yeah, I mean, we're like, what, 10 minutes right now? That's something I can do in like, easily. If I wasn't recording, probably like 8 minutes flat. Faster, maybe. Because obviously I wouldn't be focusing on talking too much or anything. But, I don't know, again... Please let me get another one, or at least another. You know what? I'll take another foil legendary at least. Is this a foil legendary? Oh, come on. I got played. Also, we should also count the number of legendaries. God damn it. I should have separated the legendaries. I didn't. I'll try to count the number of legendaries. Again, just so we see the differences. This is the first box that they've essentially made that change, right? So I think it's a pretty big deal. I think it's pretty crazy. We literally cut the boxes in half. So I think we should see... exactly what we should expect, right? And again, if it is inconsistent, then hey, please let me know, and hopefully we'll keep learning, right? Hey, we got another legendary. Let's go. Speaking of, we got Vanille, and then we got Ifria. Pretty cool foil. Let's go. I'll separate it. So we got 2 packs left. Unfortunately, it's not looking good, and unfortunately, yes, I did pull a full art common. RIP. Square Enix really said, "Welcome back, boy." And gave me a full art comment. RIP. But you know what? It's okay. You can't win them all. Hey, speaking of, there you go. You know what? That makes up for it. I did say, can I at least get another foil legendary? And they provided. So you know what? I can complain all I want, but at least I ended up getting... I don't know how to pronounce that. Final Fantasy 14, though. Very nice. Probably one of the more popular ones, right? I think that's the online one. I haven't played it. Let me know if you enjoy that one. And unfortunately, it seems that no Vincent for us. No full art Vincent. Again, I'm assuming he's going to be the... No 2 full arts. RIP. So yeah, so you're only guaranteed at least 1, it seems. But if it's anything like Wise, if it's anything like those games, then you should possibly be able to get 2. But again, I am not sure. I only did get 1 box. I usually only get 1 box. Maybe I should have gotten 2 just to compare. Tell you what, if you guys show support for this video, I'll go ahead and get another one. They're fairly cheap, like $60. So... I don't really mind. And some upcoming ones that I may open. Oh, I will be dropping the Pokemon Black Bolt one. If you're interested in Pokemon, there you go. I also will be continuing my series on singles, but that's for singles. I'm not sure if you're interested in that. I also do have, or I'm thinking about opening Cardfight Vanguard. They did just drop their festival one. So if you're interested in any of that, please do drop a like and subscribe. Again, I am finishing up finally the singles collection. It has taken me almost a year. But thankfully, I'm almost done. I'm getting there. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much. But all right, let's really quickly count the legendaries. Again, if you're just here for the opening, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But if you're here for the information, then let me really quickly grab the legendaries. But, well, I mean, I don't know. Do you count you don't count the foils, right? Because those are technically alts. So those are in a different slot, technically, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, I think this should be all of them. That was pretty fast. Yeah, you don't get a lot of them, actually. So, oh, never mind. Okay. Thankfully, I went back. All right, let's do this. So you get... So again, I'm not going to count... Oh, sorry. This isn't even a legendary. There you go. So I'm not going to... Obviously, this is the box topper. You're always going to get this one. So I got 2... Oh, and this is the full art. So obviously, these I'm not going to count. These are foils. So you're obviously not guaranteed any legendary foils. Just to obviously know that. But how about these? How about the regular? You get 4 legendaries. From what I remember, you used to get, I want to say 7. So theoretically speaking, that should be pretty good. You're getting 1 extra legendary, assuming it is, again, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, like Bandai games where you're guaranteed. I don't know if you're taking the Magic approach, the Pokemon approach, where you're not guaranteed anything. And it's more so of a average number to expect, right? Maybe 3 to 4. I don't know. But point being, I got 4 legendaries, 2 foil legendaries, and 1 full art. So it seems that they essentially did cut back on the full arts. Essentially, again, they did what I think I suggested. They either cut it back to either 1 guarantee, which would kind of suck, I'm not going to lie. I do love having that possibility. Again, it does suck that we didn't get it in this video, if it is possible. But as long as it's possible, I will remain optimistic that maybe the next set I will be able to hit it, right? Or if I do end up getting another box. As long as you have that chance, I think that's pretty cool. So hopefully maybe like have the boxes in a case or something like that. have the chance of getting that second hit, right? Something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. But let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know how you guys feel about these. The obviously very, very much short or cutting in half, literally the cutting in half of the product. Let me know if you think it's good for new players. Let me know who you think is good for, right? Maybe you don't even think it's good for anyone. Maybe you just think it's a bad movie in general. Maybe you think it's a good one. Explain yourself, leave a comment, and please like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Maybe I'll do a follow-up discussion on this once we see the sales and stuff, right? Hopefully I'll see you next time.